Hi, folks. Welcome to the No Pro Football Show. My name is Bobby, and my
I'm,
esteemed panel today is
I'm Jay.
And I am Regina of the She Talks Football podcast. Please follow me on Twitter at She Talks Football, 1L.
all right. Now let's get right into it. So, um, today we had some major news. Cam was cut from the
Yeah.
Patriots. Um,
I'm
I
I'm
want to
shocked
get you
about that.
guys' opinion on that. I guess I'll start with Quan. What's your opinion on Cam getting cut?
I was shocked, but I guess Bill wanted to go with the younger face and the younger talented. Um, I honestly feel like Cam didn't fit Bill's scheme anyway, so that's why people thought that he wasn't doing as good as he was when he was with Carolina. That's just my opinion on it.
So, I was shocked and then I wasn't shocked. Um, I was shocked because he made it this far, and I honestly thought he was going to get in there and start the season and at least see what he can do. And then if he's not doing as well, then go ahead and throw Mac out there. However, most of us probably saw the preseason games with Mac, and the dude can play. He fit the scheme. Like you said, Jaquan, we didn't really see where. I don't think Cam was a good fit in general, not just from football wise, but actually personality wise. Cam is flashy. He is himself. He dresses flashy. He talks flashy. He's a character. I actually enjoy Cam's personality, but I perceive the Patriots to be the stuffy shirt of the NFL. That organization gives the appearance of. I'm not saying they are, but they give the appearance of being very stoic, poised, about business, just that type of thing. And that's not really like Cam's personality. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. So I feel like Cam wasn't necessarily a fit football wise per se, and also just for his personality, he needs to be somewhere where he can fully free and fully be himself. And we just know Belichick is going to do what he's going to do. He has a dynasty up there. He's trying to protect that dynasty. He's trying to represent, and most of all, he wants to get it done without Tom being there. So if he thinks that Mac is his best chance to retain his integrity and the fact that he was the reason for the success that the Patriots had, then whatever he needs to do to prove that point, then he will. So it wasn't a good fit all the way around. I do hope Cam gets picked up by someone else.
Well, I agree with you too. I don't think he was ever a fit there. Um, by the way, the dress comment, I would say he dresses crazy, not flashy, but um, yeah, and I don't see anybody picking him up. Um, if somebody did, the only team that I could see that would even think about picking him up would maybe be the Texans, and he would basically take Tyrod Taylor's spot. But
I mean, they got like 15 QBs down there already.
well, maybe not after today, but um, I don't see anybody picking him up, and I feel bad. Like, so I heard something earlier in the day that struck me. Um, he said that I think everybody's issue was that everybody felt so bad for Cam, or just felt some type of emotion for Cam that we forgot he's not the player that he used to be, and we want to see him succeed, but it's just really not there. And I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree with that because after he said it, I thought about it. It was like, I mean, everybody loves Cam, but
Not everybody. They
well,
don't.
not everybody, but most of us football fans love Cam. We love how he can carry the
No,
team.
they
So
don't. No, they don't.
you don't think most? You think it's less than most?
No, I'm on Clubhouse every
Absolutely not.
day. I'm talking to people every day. We talk football every day in my club in my room on Clubhouse. She talks football. And if you just look out on social media, no, I would not say that is the
So you think
majority of
most
fans.
don't?
I want to say it might be half and half, maybe.
Okay.
What you think, Jaquan?
I like him. So I mean, you I don't know. His personality is fun. He's like he's bright. Like he's fun to be around. Like I definitely think he's going to get picked up sooner or later. Like I've actually saw the Cowboys were kind of interested
That's
in
what I
signing him.
thought. I thought he would be good at the Cowboys. I mean, I think the Cowboys organization is big enough to absorb his personality. They're a big person.
Mm-hmm.
That organization is a big personality, and so I feel like the Cowboys is big enough to absorb his personality. It won't seem so different. So that's not the Patriots way type of thing. If he was down there. And I mean, honestly, I don't wish anything on any player. I want all of our players to be well, healthy. I wish they can all just never get hurt, but we know that's not possible. But I'm just thinking if he's going to be a backup QB, and you know he does not want to be a backup QB, but if he is going to be one, I'm sure he'd like to be somewhere where there's a chance he might get out on the field. And you know, God forbid something happens to Dak. In my opinion, I feel like it's a possibility. Like given what Dak is coming back from, I'm not sure. You know, is his shoulder issue completely healed, or is he just working through it because he wants to start? You know, is everything going on with his knee completely healed? It was his knee, right? Or was his
His
ankle? It was his
ankle,
ankle.
his
Yes.
ankle.
Is everything going on with his
Cam,
ankle?
Cam
You
has
know,
shoulder issues too, though.
right. And I did read that earlier, actually. That yeah, right. So I'm just saying, but it's a possibility if he's sitting behind that because the Cowboys actually cut Danucci
And
and they
Gilbert.
cut, huh?
And Gilbert.
Yes, and
And
Gilbert.
Gilbert.
So to me, as soon as I heard that he was cut and we kind of got over the shock of it, I felt like the Cowboys was actually a good fit for more than one reason. So
Okay.
I thought
This is,
that Cam had surgery on his shoulder already though. Like
well,
not
he
too long
did.
ago.
He did. But I mean, if you're a quarterback and you're using your shoulder, even your non-throwing shoulder, in my opinion, you're still using it when you're throwing because of the motion
right.
that you do in a throw. So it can still be an issue. But let me just tell you some other maybe more well-known names that were cut today. The Patriots also cut Marvin Hall, which is weird because I don't see them having like these superstar wide receivers. I'm not sure why that was. Maybe Marvin just doesn't have it anymore. Um, Lamar Jackson was cut today. I didn't even laugh. That's why I said that. That was the Jets, Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Cody Parkey was cut today. Tim Tebow. Brett Ripien. If you guys don't know who that is, that's Mark Ripien's son. Mark Ripien used to be the quarterback for the Redskins some years ago. Antonio Galloway, which I actually thought he was going to make the Chiefs team. Lamar Miller.
I forgot he was still playing.
Yeah, he's tried at least. Devontae Freeman.
Yeah.
He gets cut a lot. I'm not sure that we'll see him on the team. Josh Rosen. I just feel bad for that guy. I feel like he
got
really
picked up. Josh Rosen got picked up
well, he was cut by the 49ers.
Right, but he got picked up by Atlanta. I think he's the backup for Atlanta now.
Okay. Well,
if I'm not mistaken.
I hope
he got a free ring last year too. So
right. So some of these, what you're leading is just people have been cut, not necessarily cut today because Josh Rosen. Yeah. Okay.
And Luke Wilson. So those are some of the notable names that have been cut this offseason. So,
well, first of all, let me just say, Tim Tebow being the tight end was like, to me, one of the worst ideas ever. Anyway, like, I don't know if y'all seen the video of him attempting to block somebody, and he totally missed the block.
It was
very bad.
He literally looked like a low leaguer trying to block a grown man out there. As big as he is, that was sad. Like that was pretty sad. But I mean, at least I like the fire in him. I like the fact that he was giving it a shot, that he wanted to get back in the game some kind of way. So he tried to be a tight end. I mean, he's a good size for a tight end.
I mean, he
I
looked
actually
like the
want,
Hulk, the picture I saw,
yeah, he's built well. I
but
want
that
to,
doesn't mean skill in blocking.
but I don't think they really gave him a chance though, because normally when somebody's trying to make a team like that, what do? They put him on special teams, see what they can do. He didn't play any special teams at all. So to me, it just seemed like it was just, we're gonna pretend like we're giving them a chance, but we're really not.
But wait, dude, this is not, let's not like this was some rookie. This dude is how old? 28, 29, 30, 32, whatever it is. It's
I
not
think
like
he's
we're,
40.
oh yeah, it's
No, he's
okay,
not 40.
right. Right. But
Not
he's
40.
up there. So it's not
Yeah.
like we're talking about some rookie that just came out and they just need a chance. This no. This dude, we know he's up there. He's not old in terms of us as citizens, but in terms of a football player coming back, he's elderly in those terms. And so, right, you don't have time to try to, if he didn't know how to block, like I don't think that's like the easiest skill to learn, and it does take time. They don't have time for that. I'm pretty sure the Jaguars are still trying to win. They're still trying to, do as well as they can. So they need people who can come out and make a difference now, make a difference on the field now. They did not have time to try to teach them that. And so, it was a good try. I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad at it. My only concern would have been if he had gotten a position and didn't do well when somebody else, these kids just coming out could have gotten that spot. Like that was a concern for me. I was hoping he didn't get a spot over somebody else that should have gotten a spot just because he was Tim Tebow, even though he wasn't producing. Just because of Urban Myers, but he didn't. And so when they saw it didn't work out, I'm not sure what the reason was for all of it. But hey, he got to live his dream for a little bit. I'm not even mad at him for that. So.
I don't think he's done yet. I think he's going to go and he's going to start. Well, that was one of the problems from what I've read. He didn't even work out during the summer as a tight end, so he just came into the team trying to be a tight end. So
oh, interesting.
I don't think it's over for him yet. I think he's going to go back and work out and get a coach or something or a trainer or whatever, and he'll probably try again next year.
Try the CFL, bro. Try the CFL.
All right. So, what was your guys' biggest takeaways from this preseason? You do it, Jaquan.
See how good some of the young quarterbacks played. Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence. He played pretty good. Mac Jones played pretty good. They did a good job. It was good seeing them go out there and actually execute, get drives going, and get touchdowns, stuff like that. So it was good.
My takeaways from this preseason, number one, I really concentrate on my team. I don't care about anybody else's team during preseason. I need to see how my team is gelling, and obviously it's the Baltimore Ravens. I'm pretty sure that's obvious from a background. So I wanted to see, how our O-line was gelling. We practically have a brand new O-line. The only person that was back was Stanley, and back from injury, thank God. But we had a new left guard, new center, new right tackle, new right guard. And so, I needed to see if they were going to gel, because everybody, if you ever listen to me on any podcast or in any clubhouse room or any social media, my theme is everything begins at the line of scrimmage. Period. Everything begins at the line of scrimmage. So I need my O-line to be right. If the O-line is right, we can take care of stuff beyond that. If the O-line isn't right, it's a struggle. It's like domino effect. So it's a struggle. So I'm looking to see what what our O-line was looking like. These rookies, coming in to see, who do I think was going to make it or not make it. I thought the preseason was very obvious injuries, occurred. Some even before the preseason started. Like my heart goes out to like Cam Akers and ATN and things like that. And I'm sure, and there were others. And then of course, our boy J.K. Dobbins. Man got hurt in that preseason game. Like, I'm heartbroken for him. Like, I'm not worried about our team because I feel like our running back depth is great, and Gus the Bus, and we might get into that later, but Gus the Bus, he can carry the load, not even worried about that. But my heart is just broken for JK because that dude worked so hard this offseason. He was so excited. Like, he made me more excited looking at him excited. He was so excited at the potential of what he was going to be able to do this season. And then to have that taken away like that, like, my heart bleeds for him. But I do believe he'll come back, what they say, $6 million man, better, stronger, faster. Anyway, so that was like a big loss, and we had some other injuries in the preseason, but I just really look at preseason game. Oh, I like the fact that we had our streak going too. Ravens kept our streak, and now we have the record for 20 straight wins in the preseason. But yeah, I'm really looking at my team to see what they're doing and how they're going, and I am peripherally paying attention to the other teams, just to see how they're doing. I agree with Jaquan. I was really excited and am still really excited to see these rookie QBs. Like, I don't remember being so excited about watching, rookie QBs, but this class is like a great class of QBs. And so I'm hoping they're all very successful. And that's on the back of some of the good ones we had last season, like Joe Burrows. Like, I'm really looking forward to seeing Joe Burrow back out there and hope that, he's good.
All right. My biggest takeaway would probably be that I believe that preseason is important, not as far as wins or losses, but just being able to get people out there and get them ready. And my other big takeaway would be Justin Fields needs to start from the beginning of the season, period. That weighed big on me this preseason. Andy Dalton did not look good at all.
Right, he didn't look like the Dalton that we know from the AFC North.
Right, he didn't. But this year, it seems like that there are a lot of teams vying to try to get to the Super Bowl or at least to the playoffs. So we're gonna play a little game of contender or pretender.
Contender or pretender.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say the team, and then you guys will tell me whether you think they're a contender or pretender. We're going to start with the Steelers. Regina, pretender or contender?
You said because I'm older.
No,
is that what you said?
No, I said contender or contender.
Oh, I thought it sounded like you said because you're older. I'd be like, wait, whoa. Okay, so here's the thing. The Steelers, in my mind, are always contenders. I mean, as a Ravens fan, I have mad respect. Do I like the Steelers? I do not. I do not like the Steelers. But they are always contenders for me. Like, you can't count them out. Like, Steelers going to steal. This is what I say. Steelers going to steal. So I'm always looking at them as being rivals and, in our division and, rivaling to try to get that first seed. I'm sorry, not the first seed. Well, yeah, we do want that too, but to try to win that division. So I know we can look at the O-line, and I'm still questionable on their O-line. And, their defense, should be good. And, hopefully, Najee Harris, they needed him for a running game because, you don't need Big Ben trying to throw, 50 times a game. That just doesn't work out as well. And, he's just not quite. He's still a decent QB, but he's not like the old Ben. But they have Tomlins. Tomlins manages to do something and pull that team together all the time. And he's never had a losing season. I checked it out. As the coach, he's never had a losing season with the Steelers. And it's only been like a few, that they've gone like 8-8. So, Steelers are always contenders. If people are going around howling about the Steelers going to suck now, I believe the Steelers will come in third place in our division. But I think the separation between the Ravens, the Browns, and the Steelers will only be one game. So, I would love for us to win and be ahead by 2 or 3 or 4 games, but I think realistically it could be like a 12-5, 11-6, and a 10-7, with the Steelers being a 10-7, honestly. So they'll be in third place, but only by 1 game. But yeah, they are contenders. Like, stop playing, people.
All right. So there's really no need to ask Jaquan whether he thinks they're a contender or not.
No, I want to hear what he has to say. Rep
But
your team,
I do want to hear the reason why you think they're a contender.
Well, we're definitely contenders, of course. Our defense, it's it's going to get better. We're struggling on the cornerback side right now, but we're definitely going to get there by the time the middle of the season comes. Our O-line looks decent in preseason. I'm hoping that they ball out by the time week 1 comes, because we need it. We're going to finally have a run game, which is, when you have a run game and Ben can do play action, I feel like our offense becomes dangerous then, because you got Claypool, you got Juju, you got Deontay, and Najee can come out the back just like Le'Veon Bell used to. He can even line up as a wide receiver, so that makes it even better. And this might be Ben's last ride. We going for it all, so we coming for it. I hope everybody will notice that we will not be in third place in the division this year. I hate to break those hearts of those who think so, but we will be winning it again.
So here's my opinion. I think that out of all the preseason teams that I've seen this year, the Steelers look the most ready. The Steelers look like mid-season ready right now. And I was impressed. I won't lie. I was impressed. Don't like it, but I was impressed. And he's right. I honestly don't know who's going to come. My first opinion was that we would be first, Browns second, Steelers third. I'm not absolutely sure about that now.
Just because we lost JK?
Well, no, it has nothing to do with losing JK. It's from what I've seen from the most important thing, our offensive line. I'm going to have to see a lot of improvements these next couple of weeks.
They got to gel.
Over with that offensive line for us to, because I don't care how fast Lamar is, how quick he is, how much he can run, how much he can get out the pocket and throw the ball. You still need an offensive line, because you still got to run the ball, and that's what we do very well. So, but yeah, the Steelers are definitely a contender. And of course, I said the Steelers, so now I'm going to have to go Ravens. I'll go first this time. They are definitely a contender, with the contingency that offensive line gets itself together. That's all I have to say about that. Go ahead, Jaquan.
I think the Ravens are contenders. First of all, y'all, the defense will always be the reason why y'all stay in games, period. Like, it don't matter what the offense looks like, y'all have a top 5 defense. Is going to make y'all automatically contenders regardless, because the other team can barely score. So that's one of them. 2, like you said, y'all can run the ball good, but like you said, it continues on your offensive line. Running the ball and having a good defense makes you get to the Super Bowl, because that's what good teams do. So I will say they are contenders. Ooh, that hurt my soul to say that, but I'll say it.
Wow.
Wow. The hate is deep.
It hurt his soul.
All right, go ahead, Regina.
So obviously we are contenders. Like, anybody trying to say anything differently is just like seriously. So we are contenders. And you know what? I do need our O-line to, to make sure that they gel, and I'm just believing God that they will. But the one thing about Gus, the bus, he creates holes. He does not need to have a hole. So in this particular instance, with our O-line needing to gel, we need a running back to just bust through. And that is exactly what Gus the Bus does. That's why he was our third down back, because we just needed you to bust on through and get that first down. And that's what he did over and over and over and over and over again. So I'm super excited for Gus, and I'm expecting that dude to get like 1,200 yards and I don't know, at least like 10 touchdowns or so, something or other. But because of our defense, I mean, y'all saw our defense in the preseason games. And so they're obviously the most ready, that and our special teams, of course. But yeah, I believe our offense, sometimes they get off to a little bit of a slow start, but we get there. And so yeah, we're obviously contenders. And it's a three-head race with the Ravens, Steelers, and the Browns. It is what it is. I'm actually hoping the three of us get into the playoffs again like we did last year. I think that would be great.
Now, I'll say one thing about this Ravens defense. I am a Ravens fan, but because Regina's here, I have to play a little bit of the devil's advocate.
You don't really, but you just want to.
The only hole, not even a hole, how can I put it? The only contingency is that we have two very young linebackers that are going to be starting. A second-year linebacker who had no preseason last year, and
you talking about Patrick Queen?
Patrick Queen, and a third-year linebacker because Fort is not starting; he's hurt.
Right.
So it's going to be
Malik Harrison.
Malik Harrison, and he's a third year. So I'm definitely going to be keeping it. They're both good. I'm not saying they're not good, but young players make mistakes. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on those two. All right. So the next team is the Green Bay Packers. And this time I'll start with Virginia.
Obviously contenders. Aaron Rodgers is going to pick up where he left off last year. I think he's going to be playing with the vengeance again with a chip on his shoulder. And you guys probably all remember seeing the post that he and Devontae Adams made that, kind of like this is going to be the last run. That meme they put out, they posted at the same time. Like this is going to be the last dance for them. So I think he would love nothing more than to go out with the, Super Bowl win. I do believe this will be his last season. And, he got his contingencies.
Wait a minute, are you saying his last season period? Or
no, with the Green Bay Packers. I believe this will be his last season with the Green Bay Packers. He is not going to get the Jeopardy job. People might as well stop saying that. He's not going to get the Jeopardy job. But this will be his last season with the Green Bay Packers, and he's going to get traded to wherever he wants to go next year. So he's going to be going hard, and they're just out for vengeance and, and all that good stuff. So when is Green Bay ever not, contenders? I'm looking for them to ball out.
Maybe, Jaquan, before you take your turn, let me, something just popped in my head when you said that. What if the most horrible thing that you can imagine and Aaron Rodgers next year becomes a Steeler?
Wow.
That would hurt me.
Wow.
I would literally probably sit in my living room and cry all those several championships away.
Because we would have to hate him. We would have to hate him now. And that would make that would propel the Steelers. That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
All those young, fast receivers, that defense, Super Bowl.
I don't even know why you put that into the atmosphere. Wow.
I'm just saying, like when you said something
put it in the atmosphere.
No.
To a team, a team of his choice, of course he's going to choose a team that will be a contender.
No, he doesn't want to come. No, I'm telling you, he does not want to come to the Steelers. He don't want to be in Pittsburgh. He wants to be in some flashy city. Like I can see him going to the Rams. He wanted to be in LA because his girlfriend does, Hollywood stuff. He'll want to go to LA or something like that. I can't see him wanting to go.
He wants to go somewhere where it's cold.
This is no slight to the town of Pittsburgh. I just don't see him wanting to come to Pittsburgh. Not the team. I mean the city.
All right. What about you, Jaquan? Contenders or pretenders?
I would say they are contenders. But my fault. I'll say they are contenders, but they definitely need to work on their secondary. That is going to be their main issue going into the season because we seen what happened when they played the Bucs last year at the championship game, and Tom Brady and then destroyed their secondary. So they definitely need to get that together in order to compete in the NFC. Because sadly to say, the Bucs probably going to be back into the championship game next season. This season.
I don't
We'll see.
necessarily agree, but I guess we'll talk about that later. And you
Yeah,
guys know we are playing the NFC North this season. We're playing
yes,
the
we
NFC
play
North.
Green Bay. We play
Yep.
Green Bay at home. The
We got
Ravens
them
do.
at home.
Yes.
Lucky y'all.
All right,
Yes.
that's gonna get a little bit more difficult, I think. I want to start with Regina this time. The Patriots.
Ooh.
This is another no-brainer. Again, I'm not sure why people around in this NFL streets howling about the Patriots not even going to make the playoffs and all that. Like, to me, it's the same thing as, the Steelers. It's Belichick, man. Like, that dude knows what he's doing. I heard from one person, they was like, back when we had the draft, they said everybody that he had on his board to draft, he got all of those people. And he got Mac Jones. He's out for vengeance. Tom went and got his Super Bowl last year. Belichick wants to get his Super Bowl this year for sure. Without Tom. And, he knows how to put a team together. He has a system. He knows what players he needs to get to put them into the system. And so the Patriots will definitely, they are definitely contenders. They're going to have more competition this year. Obviously, Miami team is on the upside. We know the Bills are definitely on the upside. So, I don't have too much to say about the Jets, but,
I'll sleep on the Jets.
I'm not sleeping on them, but I don't think they're contenders. So that division is not going to be like a runaway division like it used to be in the past. So they definitely will have a fight on their hands with Miami and with the Bills, of course. But they are definitely contenders. He knows how to do what to do, and I keep saying, like last season, y'all, half of the team was out on the they took the COVID out. Half the team, the defense, was on the COVID out, and they had injuries, and he still went 7-9 with like second and third stringers. They still went 7-9. I'm like, did y'all not see what happened last season? So most definitely they are contenders. Oh yeah, and that running back. Well, we'll talk about that later. Ramondre Stevenson.
All right, Jaquan, what do you think?
I'm undecided because the thing is, like you said, the Dolphins is on the come up, the Bills is on the come up. I don't know what to say about the Jets just yet. I have to see them do something. Like I don't know what to say about them. I'm still trying to figure them out.
That Jets
But
quarterback is going to be fantastic.
Oh, he is. Zach Wilson?
Yep.
I don't know. I have to see. I don't know. I'll give him contender because they'll have the defense back and like you said, it's Bill Belichick.
You said which one? Pretender or contender?
Contender.
Oh, okay.
They'll have Bill Belichick is just he's a genius head coach. I hate to say it, but he is, and he knows how to get there. He knows how to get to the playoffs. He knows how to, like the Regina said, scheme up people and all that. So I give him contender.
Okay. I disagree with both of you. I think they're going to be a pretender. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs either. I don't think they're going to have like a horrible record, but I don't believe they're going to make the playoffs. Mac Jones, for as good as he is, he's still number one, a rookie. Number two, he gets the couple of times that I noticed it, he gets the happy feet when you get pressure on him. He doesn't know how to move well in the pocket to get out of the way of stuff. And I think with, I can't recall who they play in their schedule.
I was just thinking, like, what divisions are they playing?
Yeah, the Bills defense and the Miami defense.
They play the NFC South, and I think the AFC.
They do play the NFC South, right? Now you got the Bucs defense
and the NFC East.
And the NFC South.
No, and they're playing the
AFC.
Hey, I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
The AFC South?
Oh
no.
It's not the North. It's not. They don't play Kansas City.
They don't play Kansas City, so they got to play
So
either the South.
NFC South.
Yeah.
But you're talking about this year, they're going to play that Miami defense twice. And I get that it's Bill Belichick, the best brain ever in football, but your players still have to get out there and do it. So you're talking about the Miami defense twice, the Bills defense twice. They got to play the Bucs defense. They have to play that Saints defense. And I actually think Atlanta's defense is going to be better this year, and along with the Panthers defense. Against a rookie quarterback.
I don't know. I'm looking at their schedule. So they got Miami up first, then the Jets.
Long.
That's a win, Jets. They got New Orleans. I can't call that one. Tampa Bay. Man, I can't wait for that game with Tampa Bay.
I
cannot wait for that. That's going to probably be the most watched regular season game.
That's
next
Sunday
to
night,
probably
right?
like a Super Bowl. Yeah, that's the Sunday night game. Like,
Yeah,
I cannot wait for that. Then they got Houston. That's a win. They got Dallas.
Loss.
Wait, how they play Dallas?
That might be their no.
Oh, that might be their other team. No, that's the other team.
That must be their other. But I thought the other team would be an AFC team, though.
No, our other team not AFC.
Oh no, because of the 17 games this year. That's right. That's right. But
then they got the Jets. Then they got the Rams.
They're going to split with the Jets. I guarantee you, they're going to split with the Jets.
Wow. This is on record, folks. He's saying they're going to split with the Jets.
Yeah.
I can see you saying they're going to split with Miami
or something like that. Miami might sweep them. The Bills are definitely going to sweep them.
I'm not sure what coach and what team y'all talking about here. I'm lost.
I'm talking about Bill Belichick, and I'm talking about the Patriots. I'm telling you, Bill Belichick is probably the greatest mind ever in football. But those players have to get out there and play.
Okay, now the second half of their season.
He also doesn't have Brady to extend that intelligence onto the field.
Okay, now I'm going to give you, because this last half, so through game 7, they end up with the Jets. But then 8 through 17, they got the Rams, the Carolina Panthers. That'll probably be a win there. Then they have the Cleveland Browns. Then they got the Falcons. That'll be a win there. But then they got the Titans, then the Bills, then the Colts, then the Bills again, then Jacksonville and Miami. So they got a tough little schedule on that back half.
They will not be in the playoffs.
I don't know about the Bills defense being as good as you trying to make them. The Dolphins.
I'm not saying that. Well, I think the Dolphins pass defense is very good. I don't know.
They can score. They can score points.
Cool.
Yeah, you can definitely score.
Yeah. All right. Next is the Titans. Contender, Jaquan.
They might win the division, to be honest with you. So contender. They're contender. Their defense is a little suspect, but they can run ball. They picked up Julio Jones. That's going to help them in the play action game because you can't double team AJ Brown anymore. So you're going to have to figure a way to stop Julio, AJ, and Derrick Henry. And they picked up another a good running back as well. I'm not for sure. So they definitely contenders. I bet contenders.
All right,
I agree with Jaquan. Everything that he said. That whole 3-ring circus of Julio and Derrick and AJ is definitely going to be something to contend with. And I'm not sure if Derrick is going to get 2,000 yards again, but he's going to eat his yards. So, and he's been practicing, catching out the backfield. Like, that's something he really, really has been concentrating on this offseason. So there's a potential for more yards there and for more receptions there. And Tannehill is a good quarterback. Like, I used to be kind of down on Tannehill. Like, I didn't think he was that good of a quarterback. But I really started paying attention this offseason, and I went back and I was looking at some stats and looking at some stuff, and I was like, wait, what? Tannehill's actually he's like a top 15 QB. He's a top 15 on certain lists. He was in the top 10, actually. So, no, that's what it was. I thought he was the top 15 QB. He's actually a top 10 QB in terms of stats when you look it up. So I was like, okay, and they did give their defense, a little help, for sure, for sure. So yeah, those Titans are definitely contenders, at least on paper. Like if they come out and they don't do it, like that would be shocking to me. But yeah, no, I know they're definitely contenders.
I think that teams have figured out how to at least slow down Derrick Henry.
Right, right, because we did it. We did it
It
last year.
happened several times
Hmm.
in the latter part of last season and playoffs. So, but they're definitely a contender. Like there's like he said, there's no way you're going to be able to double AJ and Julio. And then they have another receiver whose name I can't think of, and they have a tight end. So yeah, they're definitely going to be contenders. I think the letdown for them when they get to the playoffs could be their defense, if anything, but we'll see. And of course, all that we're talking about is barring injury, of course. All right, the next team is the Rams, Virginia.
Um, yeah, I'm definitely going to say that the Rams are contenders. Um, they have a potent offense and they have a good defense. I mean, i.e. Aaron Donald. Um, and and the rest of them. Most people don't deal too well with Aaron Donald. I know when the Ravens played him, we were able to kind of neutralize him in that game back in 2019. We just let him run on through. But yeah, so no, and with Matt Stafford going over there, I'm looking for Matt Stafford to have massive yards and touchdowns. Like I think he's gone to a very, very good situation. I think it's such a mutually beneficial position for Matt to be there and for the Rams and for McVay. Like I'm actually looking for Matt Stafford to for real do something this year, like for real, for real. And so I think he has the strengths that what was it Jared Goff didn't have. I think he definitely has the experience. And so I expect the Rams to definitely be contenders for winning the division. It could almost it's a couple of people winning the division for sure, for sure. So they are contenders.
Well, we're talking about contenders for getting to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Rams are contenders for
Okay.
getting to the Super Bowl.
All right, Jaquan.
Um, I think they are contenders. Like she said, they have a good defense. They actually had a top 5 defense last year. Like so, and I
They
think
were
they
the
have
number one
everybody
defense last year.
right. So, and I think they have
No, it was
everybody.
Tampa Bay. It wasn't Tampa Bay.
No, it was the
No,
Rams.
it was the Rams. So their defense is going to be good. I'm actually excited for Matthew Stafford. I'm so glad that he's finally somewhere where he can actually do something because I feel like he was held back so long with the Lions. Like he's so underrated as a quarterback to me. I can't wait to see what he does. We don't play him this year. No, we don't play him this year, so I don't care about what they do. So yeah, I think they definitely contenders though. I don't know if they're gonna win the division for sure yet though, but they're definitely contenders.
So here's my issue in deciding whether they're pretenders or contenders. It's what he just said, their division. Um, so on the Cardinals, I'm kind of here and there. Like they did strengthen some things. They improved on offense on paper. They improved on defense on paper. Uh, Especially with Jones being back, because he wasn't there most of last year. And then picking up JJ Watt, who I don't know if he's going to look like, 4 years ago JJ Watt or last year or year before last JJ Watt. So I don't know which one he's going to be. But if he's anything near what he used to be, then that's going to be a problem in that division. So I'm going to say they are contenders, though, but I'm going to say it with an asterisk because I'm just not all the way sure yet. I'm just not all the way sure that they can get through that division, even with the defense. Again, in the NFL, that's why they say the letter stand for not for long. You could do some special things in the NFL, but then teams start figuring it out. And I feel like people maybe started to know what to do with Aaron Donald, and just not throw Jalen Ramsey's way. So,
Well, you
it
can't
could
say
be.
just people because he still be getting his sacks and his second for
I mean,
losses
yeah,
on a
but
lot of teams.
I think those are most teams with bad offensive lines. Which may be
I'm
half the
not gonna say
NFL.
that
You
either.
never know. So, but I mean, we'll see. But I'll give them contender. All right, Jaquan. The next team is the Cowboys.
Um, wow, it depends for me. If Dak plays and he doesn't get injured and he looks good,
Yeah, we're doing this whole thing barring injury, barring
barring
major
injury,
injury.
okay. So I'm still gonna say pretender because their defense is gonna be a huge issue for them. Their secondary is I don't even know what to say with that. And then, like I said, we don't know what Dak's gonna look like coming back. Um, I think they lost some people in the offensive line as well, so it's not going to be the same offensive line that he normally has. And I don't see Zeke hasn't looked the same since his rookie year when him and Dak first came in. He's been fumbling the ball. He's been getting tackled easier. So I don't know. I don't. Yeah, they're definitely pretenders to me. Sorry, I don't even have no win in the division.
All right, Regina, what do you think?
The Cowboys are such an enigma. They're an enigma, honestly. Like it's hard to even come up with a label for them for me. Like I'm trying to figure out, is there a word between pretender and contender? Like is it like, I don't know. Is it like dedender? I don't know. I need something else in between those two words. So it
I mean, so
really
basically you're saying no, they're pretenders.
no, I'm on the fence. I am completely on the fence. I am on the fence about pretty much that NFC East division, but the Dallas it really like it's like if then A, B then C, something like that. Like I need some algebra or something to figure out the Dallas Cowboys. Like if Dak, is back, then it's great. If Zeke is reeking the yards, then, it'll work. If the defense, is what they pretending they're going to be, then yeah, they really are contenders. But it's like, if, there are so many ifs with that team. I think they are offenders. I mean, that's the best way I can kind of describe them. So if those things are in place, they are definitely contenders, especially in that division. On paper, they should be contenders, but it's just a bunch of ifs that I don't really have any answers for. I mean, Minka Parsons, yeah, he's not a pretender. I'm looking forward to seeing that dude. Like he wants to play and he wants to make every play, and I love that about him. But it's just a bunch of ifs. So I'm gonna say contender on paper. That's the best that I can say.
Okay. I'm going to say contender. Reason being, um, before Dak got hurt last year, he was like the number one quarterback in the league for those first 4 games. Um, and I've seen that their defense can do some things, and now this year they're going to be improved. They're definitely going to be improved this year. Last year before last, their biggest issue was the secondary, and it was also because most of their secondary was first and second year players last year and year before last. So with a little bit more experience, adding a couple of pieces like the linebacker she was just speaking of, and adding Keanu Neal at linebacker and not safety. I think that's gonna bring that defense up a little bit. So, and because of the division they're in, yeah, I think it's a contenders for sure. All right, next team, Regina, Seahawks.
Um, y'all know that's like my favorite NFC team. I'm gonna say they're a contender as long as they have Russell Wilson. I don't care what else is wrong. As long as they have Russell Wilson, they are contenders. That dude is a miracle worker. even with the trash O lines that he's been playing behind all these years, even though, the running game has not been what it used to be, their defense is not the Legion of, Doom anymore. And even with that, they are still. I think last year was the first time they actually didn't make the playoffs, right? Or they got eliminated the first game. It was one of the two.
I don't think they
I don't
made
think
it.
they made it last year.
Right. But and I think that has to been like the first time in years that they didn't even make the playoffs. So, but with Russell Wilson, he's that it. And so I feel like if they've made any decent, progress in any of those areas, that they should definitely still be up in there. They're in a tough division now, and the Cardinals are on the up. And all the rest of those teams in that division, the Rams and who's the other team? The Cardinals, the Rams, the Seahawks, and the
49ers.
and the 49ers. Yeah, and the 49ers. So that's a tough division, but I do believe Russell Wilson makes them a contender, period, at the end of the day. So they're contenders for me.
All right,
ditto.
Okay, cool. For me, I'm going to say no, because I think that they are the worst team in that division now. So that's just it for me. Russell Wilson is still the best quarterback in that division, but
I don't know if they're the worst team in the division, though. That's a stretch.
I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. I don't think it is. The defense still struggles. The offensive line is, although they came on a little bit last year, the defense did, but the offensive line is still horrible. Been horrible since Russell's been there, and I guess they don't intend on fixing it. So yeah, let Russ cook and die. All right, next team, Regina, the Browns.
Definitely contenders. They're contenders for the Super Bowl, unfortunately, and they are contenders for winning our division, even though obviously we don't want that to happen. But yeah, that
I think that's
defense.
the one thing that everybody on here can agree with.
That defense that they have, like, I was so surprised that during the draft they literally drafted all defensive players. Like all of their picks were defensive players. So they already had a good defense. Like they give the Ravens a hard way to go, and the Steelers. Like they were trying so well. They did do a numbers on Steelers last year.
They did several numbers.
They did a number on them. But
we're not doing that, though. Don't.
No, I'm just saying. So and they gave it their all against the Ravens, and they almost got us, but we pulled it out. So yeah, that Cleveland team, it used to be okay. They look great on paper, but they've been able to actually translate that on the field now. Starting that second half of last season, they really started pulling that together. So with that defense, assuming Mayfield is going to be, doing what he needs to do, not throwing a bunch of interceptions and making good decisions. They got the personnel. I mean, they got great wide receivers, great defense. They got, running backs, Chubb and Hunt. So they seem to be like a very, very complete team. That is a very complete team there. So it really all falls on the shoulders of Mayfield. And as long as he does what he's supposed to do as the QB, yeah, for sure. They would have to just literally, that team would have to fall apart for them not to be contenders. They are most definitely contenders.
I not only do I think they're contenders, I think that they could possibly this year end up with the best record in the NFL. So they're definitely contenders to me. Jaquan?
They're contenders. I give them their props. I don't know about them having a great defense though, but they definitely have a good defense. I don't. This is no hate. I'm just saying.
Open your eyes.
It has to be. It has to be.
No,
bro.
no hate at all. No hate at all. They definitely. The offense looks great. They're gonna get OBJ back. They got Jarvis Landry. They got good tight ends. They got the two running backs who you have to try to stop both of them, because when one of them is tied, they're going to throw the other one in there to come and make you tied more. So, they definitely contenders. They ain't the same old Browns, that's for sure.
All right. I'll go first on the next one, the Bills. Definitely contenders. That's all I need to say. Go ahead, Regina.
Same.
Saying.
All right. Now, who is going to challenge this year for the AFC? So everybody's pretty much thinking it's going to be the Chiefs and the Bucks in the Super Bowl again.
I'm not.
Who can knock off?
I don't think that.
First, let's start on the AFC side. Who can knock off the Chiefs to take that spot in the Super Bowl? I'll start first. The Browns. I think although I love my Ravens, I think the Browns has the best chance to knock off the Chiefs to get to that Super Bowl spot. What do you say, Jada?
I say that the contenders to knock them out are the Ravens, the Browns, the Bills.
Well, one contender.
Huh?
There's only one team that could beat them in that championship game to go to the Super Bowl.
I'm saying
So
these are the teams who I think can see them in the championship and knock them out. This is what I'm saying. And so then they would be the people going to the Super Bowl. So I think that could be the Bills. I think that could be the Ravens. I think it could be the Browns and possibly the Titans. To me, these are the best AFC teams that could contend against the Chiefs and possibly beat them to go to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying.
All right, Jaquan. You know what he's gonna say.
Well, of course, I say, not for sure about the Titans just yet. But definitely the Bills can. Maybe they give the Ravens problems. I don't know what it is about the Chiefs, but they struggle against the Chiefs really badly. The Ravens do. The Browns. Of course, I'm gonna say my Steelers. I'm not gonna leave them out. Like, we got the pass rush to get to Mahomes. Especially if we can run the ball now, that's going to be a problem for them. So those are my choices right there.
All right, now who's going to stop the Bucks from getting back to the Super Bowl in the NFC? Virginia?
I'd say the 49ers. 49ers are contenders. I would say the 49ers, and I would say the Rams, and possibly, well, the 49ers and Rams for sure. I think they barring injury, like we said, they pretty much have complete teams. The 49ers got to figure out that QB thing, though. But pretty boy Garoppolo, I think he's going to get benched, and Trey Lance is going to be, put out there, and I think he'll do really well for them. So I'm saying the 49ers, the Rams, and I'm going to say possibly the Cardinals, but I got to see them do some stuff first. So I'm just going to stick with 49ers and the Rams.
All right. What do you think, Sean?
49ers and the Packers.
Oh, Packer. Yeah, no, I'm not thinking that.
Yeah. I'm going to say the 49ers for sure. I think the Saints might even upset them and take that division from them with the quarterback that they have now.
Jameis Winston.
Because he can, if he's learned anything from Drew Brees, the way he's able to sling that ball around with no effort whatsoever, and the receivers that they have, plus
they don't have Michael Thomas this year, and I'm not sold on their defense.
But they got this young guy that's really good, and they got other players that are really good. I don't think that's going to be. And he will be back this year, but I don't think.
What about their defense?
I think their defense is decent enough.
Decent enough to win championships.
At this part right now, I'm talking about just to win that division over the Bucks. Yes, I do. I think they are. Yes, I absolutely think they are. So I'm going to say the 49ers, the Saints, and Green Bay. If Green Bay could just get that defense to play a little bit better, they could definitely do it.
So you're excluding the Rams?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
All right. So we're gonna do this now. Who will have the better record this year? I want to name 2 teams, and you guys tell me between those 2 teams. Just that you don't even have to give a reason why. Just between those 2 teams, who's going to have the better record? I want to start off with.
How about we say it at the same time? So you say the name, we say 1, 2, 3. Me and Jaquan gonna say the name. See if we say the same thing.
Sure, Jaguars and Texans.
1, 2, 3. Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Bengals and Jets.
1, 2, 3. Bengals.
Bengals.
Lions and Chargers.
1, 2, 3. Chargers.
Chargers.
Falcons and Giants.
1, 2, 3.
Giants.
I was going to say Giants, but I was like, let me think. Could it be the Falcons? I mean, is Kyle Pitts and all of them going to make enough? But yeah, I'm gonna have to go Giants.
I can't call it between those two. Yeah, I can't call it between those two. They're kind of in the same boat, really. Well, not the same boat because
Giants got better defense.
Yeah, but the Falcons have a better offense. So,
well, that remains to be seen for this season.
I'm about to say we don't know that yet.
That remains to be seen for this season. So
okay, so that might come up in this next subject. Sleeper. Who is your AFC sleeper, Virginia?
my AFC sleeper is the Bengals. Not that they are contenders or going to win anything. I just think that the people are disregarding the Bengals altogether. And not that they're like in danger of winning our division, having a, great winning record. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying people are, sleeping on them. I think with Joe Burrow back and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, they added a couple offensive line people that they needed. I think an offensive tackle and I believe a guard because Lord knows they needed help, on that line. And they definitely went, added a lot of defensive people. They really added a lot of defensive people. Joe Burrow is a great quarterback. That dude was tearing through some stuff before. He unfortunately got hurt last year. So I think people are sleeping on the Bengals. I don't expect them to be a factor in our division, but I do expect them to do better. You know what?
They split with the Steelers last year.
But their strength of schedule is very hard. I was looking at their schedule the other day, and I think the over and under on them is like 6.5, and I think we had them right at 5 or 6 when we looked at the teams they were playing. They actually have a very tough schedule, but I think people are undermining what they could do or under assessing rather what they can do, and I think they're going to surprise some people in certain games. So I'm going to go for the AFC. I'm going to go the Bengals. Not the team that most people would think about, but I'm going to go the Bengals.
NFC.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely the Cardinals. I've been saying this the entire offseason, ever since they started their offseason acquisitions and transactions. I think Kyler Murray is, again, he's going to be in there, him and D-Hop. Adding J.J. Watt, even if J.J. Watt is not getting the numbers that he used to get, his actual presence is still great. His locker room presence is still going to have a positive effect. They managed to keep Chandler, Buddha.
Buddha Baker.
Yeah, Buddha Baker. And
best defensive player on their team.
Right. So I feel like people have been sleeping on the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals is going to do a thing or two within that division and as a whole. And I have literally been saying that all offseason for months now that people are sleeping on the Cardinals.
All right, Jaquan, who's your AFC?
My AFC would be the Chargers.
But are they really a sleeper though?
Yeah, no one is expecting them to probably do anything. I haven't heard no one talk about the Chargers at all.
No, I hear a lot of positive stuff about the Chargers.
I said they were going to split with the Chiefs this year. They should have did it last year, but
I just think that they're going to be the sleeper. For the NFC, I have to say the Cardinals too. Like I said, the offseason moves and everything they added, they definitely going to be winning some games. Hopefully, they prove me right because I like to see Kyler Murray do something this year. At least make some playoffs.
although I do agree with both of you, my sleeper for the AFC is going to be the Jets. I think they're going to shock some people, not going to the playoffs, but they're going to beat some good teams. They may even split with the Patriots and the Bills.
Dude, we need to record this and
we are recording
because
it.
that will be wild.
My NFC team is a little bit more difficult for me. But I'm going to say the Panthers. I think that his name escapes me. The Panthers quarterback now that came from the Jets.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold has something to prove. He has a pretty decent team there already, and they have CMC. So, and I think their defense is going to be improved. So that's my sleeper team for the NFC. So we had the top 100 players recently,
right?
And out of that top 100, I have the top 10 here. I want you guys to tell me who would you take out of the top 10 and who would you replace them with? So starting at number 10, Josh Allen. Number 9, TJ Watt. Number 8, DeAndre Hopkins. Number 7, Tom Brady. Number 6, Devontae Adams. Number 5, Travis Kelce. Number 4, Derrick Henry. Number 3, Aaron Rodgers. Number 2, Aaron Donald. Number 1 was Patrick Mahomes. I don't think anybody wants to remove Patrick Mahomes. But just tell me who, if you were going to remove somebody, or would you just leave it alone? But if you were going to remove somebody, who would it be? Who would you replace them with, Quan?
I actually think that's a decent list, to be honest with you. For the first time in a long time in the top 100 players, that's like a great top 10 right there.
All right. What do you say, Regina?
I'm going to take out TJ Watt. I think TJ. Oh, no, TJ, not JJ. Okay, no, right. I'm thinking JJ Watt. Okay, no, okay. TJ Watt. No, we're not. We're not. You okay, boo-boo? You going to stay right there. I don't know why I was seeing that as JJ. Okay. Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Donald, Aaron Rodgers, Derrick Henry, Travis, Devontae, Tom Brady, DeAndre. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anybody to take out. Okay, and I'm seeing anybody to take out.
I would take out Derrick Henry. I would slide everybody else down.
You would take out 2,000 yards, Derrick Henry?
Yes, I would. I would take out Derrick Henry. I would slide everybody down one, and I would put at number 10 Buda Baker. Buda Baker is one of the most overlooked and underrated players in the NFL. If it wasn't for Buda Baker, the Cardinals wouldn't have won as many games as they did last year, which wasn't a lot. I'm just saying they wouldn't have won that many. Buda Baker is a beast. You can make that a nursery rhyme. Buda Baker is a beast. I'm telling you.
That's a tongue twister. Buda Baker is a beast. Buda Baker is a beast.
Buda Baker is a beast. Like, he is a legitimate beast. You can't. I want y'all to look at him. I want y'all to pay attention to him this year. Jaquan might already, because we talk about it sometimes. But I want you to pay attention to him this year. The boy is a beast. He's probably, arguably, the first or second best safety in the league. Only person to compare him to is Fitzpatrick. So that's my opinion. Okay, division winners. We're going to start with.
But wait. Even though I couldn't take anybody out, I feel like Justin Jefferson should have been in the top 10, though. I do want to say that.
He balled out last year
at the end of the season.
Huh?
He kind of slowed down near the end of the second half of the season. He started off great, and then
he slowed down to what? Still better than the other wide receivers.
You
don't think him or Justin Herbert?
You mean just on the Vikings, or you talk about in the whole league?
No, I'm saying even if you're saying that he slowed down, he still was killing as compared to other wide receivers. He just might have been on the top Justin Jefferson level. Even when he slowed down, he was on the lower Justin Jefferson level, but was still above a whole bunch of other wide receivers in the league. Him or Herbert, I felt like it seemed like they. It seems like they should have been in the top 10. I'm
I
just
don't even
saying.
think Justin Herbert made the list, though. Did he
No, he
make the
didn't.
list?
No, I think he was on there somewhere. He was on there
Justin
somewhere.
Herbert?
Then.
I
Yeah,
I don't
I
think he
thought
made
Herbert
it.
was on there somewhere.
No, I don't think he made it.
Okay,
Now,
well, I don't know.
if I'm not mistaken, Dak wasn't on there. I know he only played 4 games last
Dak
year,
wasn't on there.
No,
but
are
they
y'all
were
sure? I thought Dak was on there.
fantastic games. He should have been on there. But okay, so
No.
division
Go ahead.
winners. What are
Mhm.
you gonna say? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Division winners. So we're gonna start with the NFC South. I'll go first. I know I'm about to start some controversy. I'm gonna say New Orleans Saints are gonna win that division. Regina.
You always got to run down the team to me. Saints, Falcons.
Saints, Falcons, Bucks, and Panthers.
No, the Bucks gonna win the division, yo. He just trying to say something just to be different.
I'm not. I'm trying to tell you. I think the Saints are gonna win that division. Go ahead, Carl.
Okay.
I'm going with the Bucks too. I don't know why you think the Saints are so going to win that division, but
All right,
we'll see.
let's see.
Maybe you see something we don't see.
I do. AFC South. Regina. That's the the Texans, the Colts, the Titans, and shoot, I forgot the team. The Texans, the Colts, the Titans,
and Jaguars.
Jaguars. Yeah.
Texans, Colts, Titans, Jaguars. I originally would have said Colts before they sustained such major injuries. Like, oh man, I mean, assuming they can get themselves back together. From last year, I would have said the Colts, but I'm going to go ahead and say the Titans. They won it last year, and their team is better this year. So I'm going to say the Titans for sure.
Titans. The Titans.
Yeah, I'll say it. Even if the Colts didn't have injuries, I'll still say the Titans. The AFC East. Patriots, Bills, Dolphins. Who you got, Regina? I gotta say Jets. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, but we know they're not in it anyway, right? That's why I didn't even say it. I knew it was the Jets. I'm gonna have to go with those Patriots. I just think they're gonna pull it together, but I want to give it to the. I don't want to give it to the Bills, but it's Miami. That's a tough one. To me, the Bills, Miami, and the Patriots are like the Ravens, Steelers, and Browns. That's kind of how I see that division. So I'm going to go with the Bills. I think I'm just going to go with the Bills.
All right, Jaquan.
I'll do the Bills as well.
He about to come different. Watch Jaquan.
Nope, I'm going with the Bills.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be closer to what people may expect, though. I do think that. The NFC East, I'll go first. You already know what I'm going to say. Cowboys all day. Go ahead, Jaquan.
I got the Giants win the division.
And I'm going Washington football team. What? 3 different answers.
But all of them have the chance. That's the crazy thing. AFC West. Go ahead, Jaquan.
The Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. They revamped that O-line, so Patrick won't be, running for his life. He'll be back doing how he normally does, just like another day at the office. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Chiefs, unfortunately.
I'll go with the Chiefs, but I also think that was going to be closer than people may expect. I think that the Raiders and the Chargers will be on there. I'm sorry. I think that the Broncos and the Chargers will be on their heels. I think all of their records are going to be close, actually. Like it literally.
Where are you getting the Broncos?
Are you serious? The Broncos.
Their defense is great, but I'm a big Teddy Bridgewater fan. You know, but
and they still have Judy.
They got what? Jerry Judy.
They have Sutton back, Cam Sutton. They have Gordon as a running back. They got Noah Fant at tight end.
Yeah, right.
That offense is not going to be bad at all. And
Okay.
with the defense that they have, especially with
If
their
they put it
linebackers coming
together,
back,
yeah, if they put it all together.
yeah, I think they're going to be a problem over there for sure.
So that
But
all
I
rides on the shoulders of Bridgewater, though.
Bridgewater looks so good in preseason,
I
though.
mean, I'm a
You know, and
Bridgewater
we know he
fan.
could play, and we know he could play. The NFC West. I'll go first. I'm going with the 49ers. Regina.
Oh, I thought Jaquan was going next. My heart wants to say the Seahawks. That's what I want to say, but I think I'm gonna have to go with the
You know you're going to say 49ers.
reminders. No, I'm going with the reminders. The reminders. That's the
Really?
Rams and the Niners. So I'm gonna say the.
You really think the Rams have a chance of winning that division?
Why not? Why
First
not?
of all,
But
I don't see it. I just don't see it. I think they're going to be a good team. I'm not saying they're not going to be a good team. And I think that
I
division is going to be
mean,
really close too.
if I gotta put money on it, I guess I'll go ahead and go with the 49ers.
Jaquan.
I'm going with the Seahawks.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what my heart is. So
Okay, all right. NFC North. I mean, obviously, the obvious choice is the
Well, I
Packers.
wouldn't say it's obvious because the
But
Bears, that defense.
if
Justin Fields.
if Justin Fields gets out there and play as good as he did in the preseason with that defense, knowing that they have a good offense also, they definitely can win that division. But I'm going with the Packers.
Go Jaquan.
Um, I'm not going to say the Packers is going to just outright win it because the Vikings give Aaron Rodgers issues, and so do the Bears defense. I don't know what to say about the Lions. They're not even in it. So,
Maybe.
I give it. I give it to
Now
the
remember,
Packers
the Lions have new coaches
by like
and everything.
one game.
I'm gonna go out on a limb on this one, and this is the first time I've actually ever said this, I believe. But I think Fields made me a believer, and so I'm gonna go ahead and say the Bears on this, and like this is even amazing, even falling off my lips. But I think I'm
definitely
going to go.
possible.
I think I'm going to go with the. I think that Aaron Rodgers is definitely going to kill, but I think I'm gonna go with the Bears. That Justin Fields, that dude throws a bullet. Like he
I
throws
don't know for
bullets.
sure that Aaron Rodgers is going to kill this year. I think
Oh,
that
he is. He got a chip on his shoulder. He is.
I think maybe he has a chip on his shoulder, but I still feel like he's emotionally distant from the Green Bay Packers.
I don't think
Now,
so.
the thing that will make him play well to me is his love for his teammates, maybe.
Who that is
Like
the Packers.
yeah,
Him being distant from the organization in terms
the
of the
organization, like
leaders
the
is not
leadership.
the
Yeah,
same
that's what I'm
as
talking about.
it's not the
But I
same as
mean that could do
the
things
team
to
and the
you though.
fans.
You know, during the season, that could possibly not make you give your best effort. Not
No,
that
that's
the
not even
Rodgers
Aaron. That's
best
not
effort,
even
but
Aaron, yo. That's not even Aaron.
I mean, you never know. Now, this one, the AFC North. I'm definitely
Pew
not
pew
going
pew
for.
pew pew pew.
I won't go with Jaquan because I already know what you're gonna say. I'm about to write it down.
Why you ain't say yours first? Like you always do.
Go ahead.
You already know who I'm picking. He doesn't need any more explanation in it.
All right, Regina. I
Um,
already know what you're gonna say too. So.
right. I'm not sure. Like I'm saying, it's going to be very, very close, very close. But I'm definitely still going to say the Ravens.
And just because she said the Ravens, I'm not going to say the Ravens. I'm going to say the Browns. Although I think the Ravens probably will be right there. But it's just so hard for me to call because everything depends on something. Like the Browns depends on the quarterback play. The Steelers depends on the quarterback play. The Ravens depends on the offensive line. So it's like, and then the Bengals can come out of nowhere and like, oh yeah, let me show y'all something.
Right. If I'm telling you, if their schedule wasn't so tough, I would say they really could be up there. But according to the NFL, the Steelers has the toughest schedule, and then the Ravens, and then I think it goes to the Chiefs. I mean, not the Chiefs, to the Bears or something, and then it goes back to the Bengals or something. But they have a tough schedule. I don't know, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting season for sure.
All right, last on the list, I have the power ranking. Tell me what you agree and disagree with. We're going to start with number 10. Number 10 is the Seahawks. Agree, disagree?
Agreed.
Overall for the entire NFL?
Yes, for the entire NFL. I'm only doing the top 10. Number 10 is the Seahawks.
I'm going to agree for now.
Number 9, what you going? What about you?
I can agree.
All right, how about this? I'll just give you the whole list and then you can tell. So number 10 is the Seahawks. Number 9 is the 49ers. Number 8 is the Titans. Number 7 is the Rams. I definitely disagree with that. Number 8 is the Ravens. Number 7 is the Rams. Number 6 is the Ravens. Number 5 is the Packers. Number 4 is the Browns. Number 3 are the Bills. Number 2 is the Chiefs. Number 1 is the Bucs. I think everybody will agree with 1 and 2. Actually, I agree with the first 3. 4. I'll go with the first 4. 5. I'll go with the top 5.
6? Can we get a 6?
Well, yeah, 6. But from that point up, from 7 to 10 is where I have a few issues.
Okay,
The
run it
Rams-
down for me again from 1. Run it down from 1
All
for
right,
me.
the 1 is the Bucs, 2 Chiefs, 3 Bills, 4 Browns, 5 Packers, 6 Ravens, 7 Rams, 8 Titans, 9 49ers, and 10 Seahawks. First thing I would do is move the Rams. I would slide the Titans there. I would put the Titans and
What
the
you got against
49ers
the Rams this year, yo?
That's it. I have nothing against them, but I would put the Titans and the 49ers before the Rams.
I can see the 49ers being for the Rams. The Rams, but the Rams have definitely a better defense than the Titans. Definitely. That should be something to think about.
I mean, I said in the AFC North, the contenders were the Ravens, the Browns, the Chiefs, the Bills.
Not in the AFC North, just in the AFC.
I mean, the AFC, right? The Bills, and all of them are there. Is there another AFC team I missed? Oh, and the Titans. I said the Titans, right?
Yeah.
So they were the ones I said were contenders. And then in the NFC North, the Rams, the 49ers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who are the other ones from the NFC? Oh, the Packers.
Seahawks. The
Packers and Seahawks. Okay, that sounds.
I don't mind it.
It sounds pretty. It doesn't mean I still say we're going to take it all, but I mean they are the contender team, so I'm okay I'm okay with that list.
I would still back the Rams up at least 2 spaces, possibly 3. I don't mind the Rams being in the top 10, but I still would not put them in front of the Titans, the 49ers. I'm iffy on the Seahawks. I might put them.
Well, I think the quarterback is that question with the 49ers. Is it going to be Jimmy G or is Trey Lance?
Good quarterback. That's a good problem to have.
Dude, why are you on? Jimmy G is not a good quarterback to me.
He wins when he plays.
Sometimes.
He's only lost like 4 games.
He lost the ones that counted. I'm not high on Jimmy G at all. And he looked horrible in the preseason. He looked horrible.
But if you're going to apply that to Jimmy G, you have to apply that to Lamar. And I don't think that's the case with either one of them.
Lamar played like 2 plays, yo. Maybe 3.
I ain't talking about the preseason. I'm talking about in their career with the team that they're with. Jimmy G has only
In their
lost
career,
4
in
games.
their season, Lamar is still the better quarterback. What are you talking about?
No, this is what I'm saying. You said he loses the ones that count. People say the same thing about Lamar Jackson, is what I'm saying. And I don't think that's the case with either one of them. I don't think that's the problem with either one of them, is what I'm saying.
No, the games that we needed to win that we lost was not Lamar's fault. I mean, he contributed some with some turnovers, but a lot of that it was play calling and drop C's by our wide receivers and our receiver core with tight ends, and why I got the butterfingers. Like there were many other factors. The reason why we lost some of those
you
games.
don't think you can say the same thing about Jimmy G?
I think when Jimmy
If you
G
go back and
needed
look at
to
those
come
games?
through when he needed to come through, necessarily he didn't do it. I mean, and they just stacked 8 in the box, and then our wide receivers couldn't get open. Like I don't know, you cannot put those losses squarely on the shoulder of Lamar at all. Like not at all.
I'm not. That's what I was saying. I don't put those losses that Jimmy
G
or
is
Lamar
just not
had
that
on
good to
each
me,
one
yo.
of their shoulders.
I am not sold on Jimmy G at all. I'm just not. He's pretty, but I'm not sold on him.
Now he pretty.
He is. I mean, he is.
He is pretty though. Like that is a definite fact. He is surely pretty.
That dude in the preseason game when they showed before before the game actually started, the warm up, and when he was walking down the sideline, dude was straight looking at himself in the big thing the whole time he was walking down. He was looking up there at himself. I was like, look at him. He can't stop looking at himself. I mean, he seems to be a genuinely nice person. Like I'm making jokes. He seems to be a genuinely nice person, but I'm just not sold on Jimmy. Like he had me fooled. Like initially, with the Patriots and when he first went over to the 49ers, like I really was big on Jimmy G. I thought he was it. And then I was like, this dude's an imposter. Like I was like, nah. As time went on, I was just like, wow. It was the 49ers defense and that running game that had them going. It wasn't Jimmy G, so I'm just not big on him. But don't take this personally, bro. Seriously, because I think you're a really cool person. But
all right, 2 things left. One, what rookie is going to make the biggest impact this year in the NFL?
That's a lot.
Can you make the question more?
No. What rookie? I think the biggest impact or the most impactful rookie is going to be, I don't know why this guy's name keeps slipping my mind, the Jets quarterback.
Zach Wilson.
I think he's going to be that man this year, the rookie. Probably rookie of the year this year, offensive rookie of the year.
That's a stretch. For me, of course, I'm going to go with my team first. I think Najee is going to be the most impactful rookie for us.
That's definitely possible.
Help our run game out.
Now, I think that Zach Wilson would have a bigger impact than Najee because he's on a great team and he has skillful veterans surrounding him. And Zach Wilson doesn't have that. So as far as Najee might be voted the rookie of the year, but as far as impact is concerned, I think that Wilson would have a bigger impact because he's going to be basically carrying that team on offense. So what do you say, Regina?
So I'm going to say Justin Fields just because the Bears have not had a decent quarterback for years.
That is true.
Like
Forever.
years. Like not since who was that? Not since what, 85 or something. Anyway.
No, they didn't have a good quarterback then.
Okay, right. So they haven't had a great quarterback for years. So I think it's really going to be Justin Fields for them.
Man, you probably have to go all the way back to when they had one bar in front of their helmet for the Bears to have a good quarterback. That's how far back you have to go. All right, last thing. Comeback player of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Who will it be?
It's a lot of candidates. It's a lot of candidates for this. So the people that came to mind before I pick out my number one were obvious people. Saquon Barkley. I added Nick Boyle because that was a loss as well. Best blocking tight end. Dak Prescott. Joe Burrow, Nick Bosa, Odell Beckham Jr. So they were like the immediate names that came to mind.
JJ Watt, Jadavian Clowney.
Okay, they didn't make my list though. They didn't make my list. But I'm gonna go with if he can do it. If he can do it, it would have to be Dak Prescott to me, with a really really close Saquon Barkley. Like they're like a hair's width apart. But I'm gonna go with Dak just because he is really the heart and the soul of that team. And when he's not there, it's like that team falls apart. Like everybody plays better when Dak is at the helm. And he's the leader. That's basically, I feel like Dak is to the Cowboys what Ray was to the Ravens. That's how I feel about Dak. He seems to be that. And so one having that gruesome ankle injury, and then jumping back into preseason, and now he has this shoulder issue. Like, it's a lot. He's still trying to overcome things to get back. So I'm gonna have to give it to Dak by a hair over Saquon Barkley. I hope that dude can get back and run his tail off, because I love to see me a good running back. So
all right. What about you, Jaquan?
I'm gonna go with CMC.
Who?
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh,
CMC.
He said CMC.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, I thought he said CNC. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's a good one. I forgot about it.
Yeah, I forgot CMC.
I wanted to go with that because just wow, like that it looked so bad when it happened, and now he's back this year about to play again. Hopefully, he'll be at least 90% healthy and be able to get out there and do his thing. So I'm going to have to say that it's going to be that, and I'm actually hoping that it's going to be that. Although I still want, CMC, I
Everybody,
want
right?
To have a good season, right?
We want everybody
and a healthy season, but
and a healthy season.
But yeah, that's my man. So I'm just being a little. That's all. All right, folks. I thank you for being on the show, Jaquan and Regina from She Talks Football. Hopefully, I'll be seeing you guys again. You have a great day.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.